Hello, Milwaukee! Hey everyone, it's Steve. October is Wisconsin Tech Month, so we're going to drop a number of special episodes recorded at Summerfest Tech that took place this last summer. Since 2018, Summerfest Tech has been shining a spotlight on Wisconsin's growing tech scene, bringing together industry leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries to network, educate, and celebrate tech in our great city. In this episode, we take you behind the scenes at Potawatomi Hotel Casino, where we chat with Adam, the Information Technology Director. From managing the complex systems of a 24/7 entertainment venue to implementing cutting-edge audiovisual technology in their new sportsbook, Adam's awesome insights offer a fascinating glimpse into the diverse and dynamic world of tech in Milwaukee. Join us as we explore how technology is shaping experiences and driving innovation in unexpected places in our city. Experience Milwaukee is generously presented by Nicolay Law. Want to meet some Milwaukee legends? Check out the series in our stream, sponsored by Harley-Davidson. Our home studio is in the Transfer Pizzeria Cafe. Our official beer partner is New Barons Brewing Cooperative. And our official THC legal beverage partner is Crescent 9 Seltzers. Intro and outro music provided by Milwaukee's own Newski. Finally, get in on our random Milwaukee experience giveaways at textmke.com. Thanks for listening. Love you, Milwaukee.
Hurry.
Adam.
Wait.
Hey, Adam.
You know what's funny is on audio only, no one
Yeah.
can see you point at me.
I'm saying,
Oh, hey.
hey. And we have another Adam.
We have another Adam here.
Hello, everybody.
So excited.
Yes.
Adam, what do you do here?
Yeah.
What do you
What would you
literally
say
here?
you do
Literally
here?
here.
Literally sitting right here at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. I am the Information Technology Director here. So everything pretty much goes through IT here. So from
Sure.
LED screens to the slot machines to table games to poker, everything.
Security?
There is an element of security involved with IT, yes.
I'm sure.
So my teams are responsible for overseeing it day to day here.
Wow.
Yes.
No, thank you. That sounds like a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
It
That
is.
two podcasters aren't ready for.
It is, being 24/7, 365.
Yeah.
It is
No breaks.
no breaks, and we don't stop or close. I've been here 16 years, and we've only closed 3 times in those 16 years. Once
And-
was for weather, and the other 2 times were because of expansion and needing to do power work where you had to shut off the power. To
Sure.
be
So you have to be closed. Okay.
Yeah. It does bring a new level of complexity when scheduling projects or maintenance of, you can't bring down the slot floor, so how do you do maintenance or upgrades or that type of thing? So it does provide a challenge, but it's a fun challenge to work
Must
around.
be fun for you if you've been here for 16 years.
Yes, I started here. I don't want to say doing entry-level work in IT, but it kind of was entry-level. And
Sure.
throughout my time here, I've been able to progress by getting additional responsibilities, which led to new positions, which led to management, which led now to running the whole department.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very cool.
So-
Way to work your way up the ladder, man.
Thank you.
Have you been able to, I see the registration
Yep.
badge for the Summerfest Tech. Have you been able to sit in on any of the talks or sessions or anything?
Yep. I was not able to attend Summerfest Tech yesterday, but I was here today. I walked through the expo center, talked to some of the companies there,
Oh,
and
cool.
I sat through some of the talks specifically pertaining to artificial intelligence, since that is the hot,
It's
sexy,
a
trendy
hot
topic in
topic,
IT right
yeah.
now. Yeah.
For sure.
So hot right now, that AI. Okay, real quick question. In
Yes.
your personal life, do you use AI?
I would say yes.
Okay, what's your primary AI avenue or program or
Platform.
whatever? Platform,
So
thank you.
I would go to the realm of a lot of the home smart systems like Alexa or Apple
Tight.
Home.
Okay, yeah.
Would be a form of artificial intelligence, and I have Amazon Alexa in my house doing
Nice.
numerous things.
How many requests you get from friends to fix their Wi-Fi?
Wow, what a wild question. I feel like the next one's going to be like, hey, Adam, can you come over to my house tomorrow?
Yeah, do you have a Wi-Fi problem that you need help with? Is that what
Yeah.
you're hinting at? I think it's actually gotten better as my career trajectory has gone
Sure.
up. That
Yeah.
when I was more doing the work day in and day out, I got a lot more requests from friends and family like, hey, fix my computer or my
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
my
isn't
printer
working.
isn't
Can you come
working."
over?
Yeah.
Now that has kind of dovetailed, and I would like to think as I've fixed the problems, I try to educate the people on how to fix it themselves, because usually it's something simple, and everything is scary until you're shown it, and then you're like, no, that's really not that hard or scary. I can do that, and then kind of help educate the people that way too.
Good for you. Teach them how to fish. Don't give them a fish.
Yes.
Love it.
Self-independent on fixing IT problems.
Absolutely.
So I heard this term yesterday, CDIO.
Chief Data Information Officer.
Digital Information
Officer. Digital Officer.
Digital.
And the concept behind it was that it's no longer about just the infrastructure. It's how do we use the infrastructure or the technology to further the business strategy.
Correct.
How do you find yourself in those kinds of conversations as well often?
I would also argue a caveat of that newer phrase is leveraging the data you have,
right?
To either make more informed decisions or kind of guide your future roadmap.
Yeah.
While we don't have that position here at Potawatomi, I have seen it start popping up at more and more organizations in Milwaukee and in the area.
Sure.
And to me, it makes sense that the more you can leverage, or the more information you have to be able to leverage informed decisions, it's just going to make the whole organization smarter, more process improves and efficient, and it just benefits the entire organization as a whole.
I'm sure you see a lot of interesting things in the casino as a whole, but also in just sort of the tech around that's this kind of environment, right?
Yep.
In the gaming environment. How do you keep up with everything? That, I mean, you've got the sports
ever-changing technology.
It's hard enough in regular world, but you're in an industry that moves fast.
Yes, we move fast.
Even faster.
I kind of like to equate, not necessarily our organization, but casinos that have hotels in general as kind of like being mini Walt Disney Worlds, where when you go to Walt Disney World, you go there to go on rides, you go there to eat good food, go to places where you can hang out with friends and family, and then
be entertained.
You just want to do that, and you don't care how it happens behind the scenes. You just want that. And here at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, I feel the IT department is what makes that Walt Disney World experience here happen.
Yeah.
We have slot machines, table games, poker, bingo. We just opened up sportsbook. We have over 12 restaurants that you can dine from here or order drinks from. We have a 500-room hotel with rentable conference space, as Summerfest Tech has rented out. You're clear see that. And Father's Day weekend, we put on our first ever outdoor concert with having Snoop Dogg here.
Right.
And if you drive past Potawatomi, somewhat regularly, you would have known that 6 weeks ago that was a dust field, and we turned it into an outdoor concert venue. So being here and given that Walt Disney World experience, I get exposed to a lot of things that I don't know that I would get exposed to if I was in a more traditional IT role that has, a very straight vertical in what they do and they don't do.
Yeah.
Here, we want to constantly strive to give guests a better, bigger experience. So I have to rely on the teams that I have and the people on those teams to be able to, while I have a very high level overview of everything, they need to know the more in the weeds, how to make it work, or like, hey, this is emerging, this is coming down the road in 6 to 8 months. We need to start thinking about this or leveraging it so we're not behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
And if you pay attention to the Milwaukee landscape, there's a lot of competition coming our way from a gambling standpoint, especially with everything happening in Illinois and how they have been opening up or building casinos that will be opening up in the near future.
Sure.
So we need to constantly evolve to make sure that,
stay ahead of the curve.
We stay ahead of the competition.
Yeah.
And I never in my wildest dreams ever thought I would be building an outdoor concert arena.
I know, right?
I was like, all right, this seems like, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
Guess we're doing it.
We're doing it. We're going to figure it out by hook or by crook. And we put together a pretty awesome show.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys had the chance to see some of the pictures or the sizzle reels that we've been releasing on social media.
Definitely saw some pics.
It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And to see that thing get built and all the different teams, not just in IT, but facilities and security and housekeeping and food and beverage all coming together to make this thing work is awesome.
I think that's really cool. Interesting because you changed one sort of concert venue into something else and then you then unveil this.
Yeah, I know there were a lot of
really smart.
Unhappy guests here when it was announced Northern Lights Theater was going to be closed and we were going to build a permanent sportsbook venue. A lot of people were upset because one of the big draws of that theater was it was only 500 seats.
Intimate.
So it was very intimate,
Yes.
100%. They're like, you're getting rid of that. There was no other venue like that in the area. And we're just like, trust.
Hold on.
Hold on. See what we're going to do.
Hang on a minute.
And then
Hold
we
my
opened up this state-of-the-art sports book that I would argue is rivaling for the best in the nation. And I can only think of one that might rival it, and it happens to be in Las Vegas. We delivered. And now people were like, oh, you're putting on Snoop Dogg. What's that going to do outside? Well, I think we delivered too.
Right.
With the short time frame we had, we really hit that home. And then who knows what we're going to be doing in the future. It's an exciting time to be an employee here and, be a guest that visits us.
Go ahead. I got one after you.
You got one in the chamber?
I got one last one after. Yeah,
okay.
Go for it.
Mine was going to be, do you have a project that's really stuck out in your brain that you're super proud of, or is maybe your favorite project that you've worked on?
I would have to say the designing, building, and implementing of the new sports book.
Awesome.
The amount of audio-visual technology that has gone into make
that has to be legit.
State-of-the-art facility, and then incorporate a restaurant into it as well with a rentable space that people can hold private parties at or whatnot was challenging. And fun to see come together because as you walk through like the different construction, phases, you're like, there's no way this is going to look like what the renderings look like. And then you start seeing it take shape and come together. And then as you start to get access to it to do your thing, you can see all the components come together. It was really fun to see. And I learned a lot about building a 2,000-foot screen LED 4K wall in the process.
Yeah.
And like one of the things that never thought of, but now that I know makes total sense is it's a 2,000, foot LED wall. There is some weight to it, but you don't see how heavy it is just by looking at it.
Right.
And on the back of it, there's this, steel rope that's anchored to the wall, to the concrete to prevent it from falling over. Like never would have thought of anything like that ever.
Oh my God, never.
Being able to go back because there is an IT component that we need to access on the back of that. You saw how they keep this from like tipping over. And that's just like one of those behind the scenes, you wouldn't know if you did it type of things. And I don't remember which one of you asked maybe about the technology here, and I thought of something because as we're talking, I can hear ambient background noise around us. One of the cool technologies we've implemented here is if you look closely enough at the ceilings as you walk through the property, you will notice microphones in certain areas measuring the noise of the casino floor. And those microphones will then self-auto adjust the music that you hear. So if it is really loud, the music that you hear that is the background noise will automatically get louder to an extent because we don't want to blow people's eardrums.
You don't want to like decibel levels. But
there's a certain threshold that will automatically adjust or lower the music that you're hearing based on the ambient background noise that is being picked up by the microphones.
That's brilliant. You know who needs that?
Wild.
And that's great. Like most people don't think about that being a thing, but like when I tell people about it, they're like,
never would
that
think
makes
of it.
total sense.
Right.
Never would have thought of it though.
You know who needs that? Cops. When you're getting your order.
So we have an old episode that we did. We were talking about cops and having the best frozen custard. And we're like, let's call up Cops, Culver's, Leon's. Like, well, what's your favorite? I picked Cops. And I was like, the only downside to Cops is like when you go and order and you're waiting, in the waiting area,
in the echo chamber,
up against one of the pillars or behind a plant or whatever. And they come up to the mic and they just yell into the mic and you can't hear any.
It's always loud. It doesn't matter how empty it is.
Insanely loud and blowing out speakered microphones.
Yeah.
They could use that.
Real quick, what's your favorite ice cream flavor from Cops?
Great question. I like a stupid classic cookie dough.
That's all right.
Blue Moon. Oh, Blue Moon stellar. Oh, I love Blue Moon. Good one. What's yours?
Mr. Fudgy.
Mr. Fudgy.
Is it really? That one is pretty good too.
That's a good one too. All three of them good choices.
Yeah,
we all made some pretty good.
Yeah. All right, I got one
we're
last.
all great.
I got one last one for you, Adam.
Yep.
Do you, as part of your work here, have to go to other casinos, hotels,
and scope
cities
them out
and scope them out, kind of see what they're
With
doing?
the homework.
With the Marvel Avengers disguise or hat and hoodie.
Yes.
And aviators.
Not so much earlier in my career here, but more recently as I've transcended, I have gone to other properties to either for conferences or whatever. And while I am there, I do homework and
what they're doing, how they do
I enroll in their loyalty program to see what that process is. Is it better or faster than ours? Can I take any notes and, take that idea and improve upon it at our property? I walk around, see what they're offering from a gaming perspective, a restaurant perspective. And I would even argue I do this at non-casino properties. Like if I go to McDonald's or Taco Bell, what does their self-service kiosk look like and doing versus what we have here at Marketplace? Yeah. And my wife gets mad at me because she's like, what are you doing? Are you doing work stuff again? And we're like at the gas station or Kohl's or something, like maybe.
And then you're like, expense. Yeah. Are you mad now? You just got a free Happy Meal.
I do reconnaissance constantly.
I'm sure. I'm sure it's all over the place too.
A lot of what the technology we're doing here, you see in other places. As I mentioned, we have such a breadth and depth of offerings to our guests that we're intertwined into all the different verticals that are out there.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. This is cool. Thanks for coming back. I know you had a busy day, and
I appreciate getting the opportunity to chat with you guys for a little bit, and it was fun talking.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks, Adam.
No problem.
Wish I could get psyched to go out at night, see my former friends.